Hello ladies! So I wanted to create this little video for you to talk to you about brows. I've had a few people ask me about the brow products from Younique. We do have a special on this month, so of course that's part of the reason why people are talking about it. We have two brow products that are exclusively for brows. We have a few other products that are versatile in our line that work for your brows as well, but these two are amazing together. Really simple solution for your brows. We have the brow pencil and we have the brow gel. They come in light, medium, and dark shades. So you can see here on my brows, I have one brow that has been done and one that hasn't been done. So you can kind of see the difference. If I cover the side of my face, kind of see the difference. You can really see the difference. You see the brow that's done, and of course you see the brow that's undone. You see how that frames my face. It puts things together. It makes me look finished. I find that without my brows done, I just look tired. Like my face, my eyes aren't brighter. And of course that makes sense because your brow is actually really drawing your eye up when it's done nicely. So really quickly show you how this is done. Now the brow pencil comes with a spool on the end. So you want to start by just combing your brows into place. Tame those bad boys, show them who's boss. I have a mirror beside me, so I'll be looking this way, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. So you're gonna actually comb your brows up on the inside of the brow. So that thicker part here, so this part right here, comb it up. And then of course when we go over to the side, we're actually combing over. So my brows usually don't get too crazy. If anything, it's just in the inside here that I have to manipulate them a little bit, but so once I've done that, I move on to the pencil portion of things. So I've got a tiny little pencil tip. Younique create it really nice and little so that you can mimic little tiny brow hairs as you're drawing them in. It makes it look really natural. So nobody wants a tattooed brow. Those are crazy. Everyone's seen someone with tattooed brows. I hope you're not somebody who overplucked in the 90s. Otherwise, don't do tattooed brows. Do this instead, because you can actually do this with no brows at all and it works well too. So no tattoos, no tattooed makeup, people. It's just wrong. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by shaping my brow on the outside and creating kind of an outline, and then I'm going to color it in, shade it in more like with this pencil. So I always start on the bottom, and I go ahead and I'm going to just shape that nicely, just little strokes like that over to the side. Now, before I go on, I'll also explain where you want your arch. So if you're somebody whose brow, this is brow 101 for you, that'll make it a little easier. If you put your pencil along the widest part at the bottom of your nose and let it line up, that's where your brow should start. So for me, my brow should start right there. It's a little bit thin there, but it should start there. If I put my pencil against the bottom of my nose again and put the point directly through my pupil, that's where my arch should be. So right about there. If I put this to the outside corner of my eye, that's where my brow should end, right about there. So that's what you're looking for. That's the shape you're looking for. Of course, everybody's eyebrows are different, so you're going to follow the natural shape to a certain degree, but that's kind of a rule of thumb to follow. So I've got that line on the bottom to shape the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and shape the top now. So again, little strokes. You can do this a little finer if you like. I like to have a bit of a brow there, so I tend to do it a little bit thicker. So if you wanted a finer brow, you just kind of bring that line down. You can see at the top there, it looks like I'm above my brow. However, I have little fine hairs in there, and that's what I'm using this to fill in. So that just shows how you can actually manipulate the shape, and even if you have no eyebrows at all, you can manipulate the shape of the brow here using this. So okay, so from there, I've done the bottom line, I've done the top line, I'm going to start filling it in now. Before I do that, I want to shape this part here. So you can see over here, I've kind of used a round shape. Some people like to use a little bit more of a distinct harsh line, not harsh, that's not the right word, but more of a defined line, I guess is a better word to say, which looks really nice as well. For me, I find this suits me better. So I round that out a little bit. So what I do is I start by just kind of creating a little bit of a shape on the bottom and around the side here, and then in the bottom there. So you can see how I've done that, right? So, and then what I do is I fill this in. Simple as that. So this tiny little brush, just little strokes. It's like you're drawing in tiny, tiny, tiny little brow hairs. So got a little stray hair over here I'm going to have to pluck out. It's okay. It's a nice thing about being naturally blonde is those things usually are overlooked, especially when you're drawing in a darker brow. So there you go. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and in fact, it doesn't look perfect. The reason it doesn't have to be perfect is because our next step, the brow gel, is actually going to work to really make it nice and natural. So, oh, I think somebody needs a Kleenex. Why don't you grab a Kleenex, sweetie? Thank you. Okay, so there we go. So you can take your time doing that. It doesn't have to take a long time, but you can certainly take some time and do that. So after the pencil's done, bring out that gel. Now this gel is awesome. I really love it. You've got this tiny little spool at the end. Now if you look really close, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see in this camera, but there's little tiny fibers in there. So just like in your mascara fibers, of course these are shorter. They're not as long as your mascara fibers because we're not going to create long brows. We want to create full brows. So these are tiny little fibers. Thank God. That would be weird. I have a weird mental image now that I can't get out of my head. No ground for brows. So those fibers are little, and they're obviously either the light, the medium, or the dark. They're not black like your mascara fibers. So what that does, if you go ahead and just brush through your brows like that, what that is doing is those little fibers are grabbing onto your brow. I still have the mental image. They're grabbing onto your brow hairs, and they're just basically smoothing out the look of that pencil, making it look nice and natural, and just really filling in your brows and making it look full. So there you go. You don't need a lot of the gel. The other thing that the gel does is, like your mascara, the gel actually dries. So rather than becoming cakey and gross, or like some pencils or powder products for your brows, rather than actually fading away, because this dries on like on your mascara, your brow look is going to stay all day. You're not losing that. It's there for the day. So obviously important. We don't want to take the time to apply makeup if 2 hours later it's gone. So that's that. There you go. Simple as that. Brows, of course, I mean, it shouldn't take you longer than a couple minutes to do that. I've been blabbing on as I've gone and talking about hairy gramp brows and tattooed brows, and fun conversation here when you get on it. But just wanted to show you how simple it is, how much it makes you, just brings your face together, frames your face nicely, and how it really completes your makeup look and makes you look nice and polished. So hope that helps. If you want any other assistance, if you want help choosing which color is right for you, if you are interested in our special brow kits for April, which includes stencils that make shaping your brows so much easier, amazing, let me know. So there's free stencils with that kit, which is a really great deal, and it's exclusively available in April, so you're not going to be able to get that afterwards. They're going bye-bye. So let me know if I can help. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Enjoy. I'm headed out to breakfast with my little one shortly. She's been requesting a breakfast date with Mom, so she's very eager. Talk to you later. Have a good weekend.